Okay. So, just a really quick recap, because you guys are in the middle of battle. You should remember that last session, you brought the Crown Prince's dead body back to the throne room to lay him where all his kin has been sort of shown post-mortem. And the Emperor and the whole Imperial family essentially came out of the inner keep to see the Crown Prince for themselves. In mourning, the group hears the bells of the tower going off at 10 o'clock at night, and that is when a group, 10, appearingly zombified guards, rush into the throne room, start coming towards the group, followed by 3 robed persons that you find out to be Carbon Veladrake, who Max otherwise knew as Darvak Revan Leia, the Archmage of Necromancy, Lady Veladrake, and Hildy Bauer. Immediately, they attempt to do hold persons, trying to control the zone where you guys were gathered around the prince. Some of you were able to break free, others were not. They also utilized a spell that Max determined to be Force Cage to kind of capture much of the Imperial family, Master Nantes, and Bard. The rest of you are outside of that Force Cage from what you can tell. And then finally, there was a final hold person, mass hold person, that currently is affecting Lanray, Varg. Varg was already. Max, you're free. Mayman, you're free. All the 2 NPC guards that are allies of yours are free, and obviously Medolfir, you are free. Just before last session, Medolfir, you had used your Axe of Vanishing, a one-time daily item that can allow you to use a swift action to reappear as you wish, basically adjacent to a selected NPC or enemy, which you did, appearing behind Lady Veladrake. Now, as discussed with you out of session, your move silent will be countered by her listen check, and the other 2 NPCs, enemies. Hildy Bauer is so focused on the enemies around that she is looking forward. She is not looking back. However, Carbon Veladrake is sort of gathering information of the field all around, so he will get a spot check. A 3 to start. Not a great start, Medolfir.
I thought you said to move silently.
His move silent, I will check versus Lady Veladrake's listen check right now. She rolled a natural 2, which is not enough for her to hear you. So you are successfully sneaking up on Lady Veladrake. Now you're going to need a minor miracle to hide from Carbon Veladrake. Let me see, is it even possible? Okay. I guess you'll find out. So, at the top of the round, it is back to Lanray. Lanray, you are currently in the hold position, or hold person, but you are also able to attempt to break free of that. What would you like to do?
I will attempt to break free. That's a will, or...
It is a will save, yep. Okay, that is not enough, unfortunately, to break free. So you will remain, unfortunately, in that hold person. That does take up your entire round. Max, you see that Lanray behind you is paralyzed. What are you doing?
What's my state?
You are fine. I think currently you still have Archon's Focus going as a buff, as well as your Dark Tactics against undead beings. But you are free of will. Oh, one thing to preface, the Emperor is freed from the hold person currently, and he did yell out to whoever could listen that essentially he has means of escaping but everyone would have to be touching. So just be aware that the Emperor has something.
Okay.
Okay. Going with just pure attack, I see. So what are you doing? Describe it.
Just sort of, I peek out through the hole through the wall here, and I see everybody kind of surrounded. I see Modolfir appear behind Belladrake, and I immediately say, keep them distracted, and in my own head, and I just sort of point my finger towards this guy, kind of wiggle it around, and say boom shakalaka, and yeah, right there.
You unleash a fireball. Can you guys hear my dog, by the way, in the background?
Yeah, that's the sound of the fireball.
Yeah, that's the sound of a fire truck going. That's a fire truck going by.
To be very honest, I was trying to decide if it was the dog or the kid.
No, it's. I think what occurred is that the baby's out for a walk and the dog wanted to go also. I think that or a fire truck drove by.
That sounds a lot like my little one sometimes.
Yeah.
So, Max, fireball, enormous explosion of fire erupts as you pointed. They will get a DC reflex save, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. So this is, I'm going to start with the big ones. Here's Hildy. Okay, she's going to take the full 39 points of damage. That was not a great roll. I'll do carbons now. Jesus. Okay, this is how it's going to be today.
Hey, Arbeck Rivenleia is the same letters for Carbon Belladrake, but in different order.
No, I think it's different.
Rivenleia doesn't have a K. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that
Max, you should have known, Max.
Should have known what?
The spelling thing that Me-Man just said. I mean, you're the one that has spent the most time with Carbon.
No, it doesn't have all his letters.
Yes, it does.
Where's
You have
the K?
to merge the first and last name together and then recalculate.
Oh, okay, whatever.
So, all three of these guys do take
Omen,
full
we've
damage.
established this. Omen is not smart. Like,
There's also
unless there's a
power.
roll, there's no chance of an intelligence thing working here.
So, 39 points of damage. Okay. For once, you see them kind of like, not worried,
GM,
but yeah, good.
where's that body?
The prince's body?
Yeah.
It's on that green square, right at the center emblem of the throne room.
Huh? No, not the prince that just died. Belladrake brought in a body, didn't she?
Yes,
Where is
it is behind her. She was dragging it, so Modolfir is almost like creeping up on it right now. I did describe it as being dragged behind her. Hold 1 second. Let me resolve
So
the
it's
rest
a
of these.
full 5 feet behind her? No part of it is in her square?
I would say... Hold on 1 second. Let me resolve the rest of the zombies and then we can debate that.
I'm not debating, I'm just asking.
Alright. This zombie between Hildy and Belladrake erupts into flames and is immediately destroyed into ashes. And then finally, this zombie closest to the Mayman will make his attempt. It appears that GM is going to roll Craplow! Hey! Finally, a good roll. That's just enough to keep him alive. So he only takes, let's see, is it 19 points of damage? Yeah, 19 points of damage. What is remaining of this zombified guard is essentially just the bones of his skeleton. Everything else, all the flesh has been essentially incinerated off of him. You're going to have to explain that to his family later.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So he's a
Which
skeleton now, not a zombie, right?
No, he's still a zombie for all.
Oh.
Nice try. Excellent attempt. This guard, even regardless of it, whether he made the reflex save, is going to die because of his health currently, but I'll roll it anyways. Well, he gave it a good shot, but he is unfortunately no more with us. So let me just make sure I clean up the battlefield here to show you guys who remains alive. Okay, and we're updating the initiative order. So, Max, that is your action. I think you used your action to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a higher level spell, so yeah. I'm gonna try something.
I love it.
I don't know if it's gonna work. So this person definitely took 39 points of damage just now, right?
Yes. Let me double check. Hold on. I believe all three of the primaries. Yes, all three of the primaries failed there.
Okay.
Did Veladrake fail?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I rolled like crap to start.
Like with a 15? No, she failed a reflex with a 15.
Yeah, Max has a 19 DC on that spell.
Oh, let's go.
My only purpose in life is to make people fail saves, and that's
true.
kind of what the build is all about.
Hyper focused on it.
Yeah. Because without that, he's useless.
Not a ton of spells, but the spells you have are really hard to avoid.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try something. We'll see if it works or not. I don't know. I'm gonna stick my arm with my other hand. I kind of make little pinchers with my index finger and thumb, and I look at Hildy, and I just say, "I crush you! I crush you! I crush you!"
Okay.
And I cast Power Word Fatigue.
Oh.
Does she
Okay.
currently have what? Okay, so if her HP is between 51 and 100,
Mm-hmm.
there's one effect. If it's between 26 and 50, there's a different effect.
Yep.
And below 25, there's another one. First of all, is there spell resistance that I need to cover now?
That is what I'm checking on her. She does not have spell resistance. So
Okay,
is there
so
a
there's no
DC
save.
save?
There's no save.
Okay.
So what,
she is going
what do
to
I need
take.
to roll?
Uh,
Well, you know what? No, hold on. Either way, it's a 1d4 plus something and then some unit at a time. So I'm just going to roll
me
the
1d4 plus 1, please.
Is it always plus 1? Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
So 3.
Okay.
Now you decide what happens.
Yeah. So she's going to be fatigued, and I guess you would know this from feeling out the arcane effects. She's going to be fatigued for 3 rounds. Let me go ahead and add fatigue state, 3 rounds. Okay.
And that was the swift action spell.
Yep.
From...
With your Archon's focus.
Yeah.
Still have your move action.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where I need to be next. I'm just gonna go a little bit to here, and that's my turn.
Okay. That is your turn, which brings up 3 very bad baddies. So, let's go ahead that. The first thing that's going to happen is Carbon Veladrake begins casting a spell. This is going to be directed towards you, Dolfir. Oh, why is that link not working? Hold on one second. That's strange. Okay. I need you to make a Fortitude save, Madolfir. And this is going to be against a DC of... going to be against a DC of 17. So you do pass that. That's good. However, you do still take 5d6 worth of damage. Let's go ahead and roll that out. So that is 7 points of damage, 11 points, 18, and 27 total points of damage. Now this is force damage, so I do not believe your DR affects this.
Nope.
Okay, so go ahead and mark that off yourself.
Taken.
Okay. With that, he is going to step... No, he's going to hold action.
He can hold action.
You're correct. Yes, you are correct. No, he didn't. He used his quickened feat to cast that at a higher level. So that was cast at 4 levels higher. So let me go ahead and mark that off of his spell sheet. So he is still holding his action. That was just a quickened action. Keep that in mind. He is going to hold beyond Lady Veladrake. What he's holding for, you're not sure. Lady Veladrake is going to... She's going to go ahead and take 10 feet over.
Am I allowed to do a spellcraft check, or am I not able to see any of this?
He was not trying to hide it, and you are within a pretty close range if you want to do spellcraft. Okay. You believe that he did the spell Blast of Force.
Do I know what level spell that is?
It would be normally a level 2 spell, so you would have used up a level 6. Mayman, he is readying an action for something to occur.
So,
okay.
As she moves, I know I get attack of opportunity.
If you wish to take it.
And do I get to hit against her flat-footed AC for this?
Yes, she is not aware of you with her listen check. So despite Carbon Veladrake casting a spell behind you, it's all happening instantaneously, I'd say, because that's how the round order really is. So I'm going to say she's still flat-footed against you. So she is going to start moving 10 feet. You can go ahead and take your attack of opportunity. So that's going to hit. That hurts. 23 to strike. So let's see. Yep, that does strike. 23 definitely strikes. She is going to take 37 points of damage. You cut her on the back as she kind of and her dress on the back, the robes are cut through, and you can now see like there's a black lace dress underneath the robes. That does get cut with that, and a little bit of blood comes out. Okay. During this, Carbon's just continuing to yell out to the zombies to not take those of value to the Whispered One. Kill only those that have no value. So Veladrake does move. She's going to go ahead and cast a spell. Okay. Yeah, that, she's going to cast a spell. Max, feel free if you wish to attempt to determine what it is. She is also within range. This does have both clay and somatic. Okay, she's casting Wall of Force. We got really good spellcraft. So, let me just...
Nothing I can do about it.
Yep. Let me just go ahead and mark that in real quick for my own knowledge.
My headphones stopped working for some reason just then. Did I miss anything?
Nope, I don't think so. I think I just stopped talking for a second there.
Okay.
I was just drawing in the wall for my own edification. You're not sure exactly where the wall is, but you do know that she just cast that. At the end of her turn, she reaches out and grabs her great-grandfather's hand. Next will be Hildy Bauer. She is going to, and Me-Man, be ready on your turn here. She is just going to use her movement to go towards Carbon Belladrake also. So that's going to be her moving. Carbon.
Oh, they're teleporting out.
She reaches out, grabs his hand. He's been holding his action, and with that, they disappear. To the rest of the group, including Mayman, whose turn is next, where they were, they bamf out of position. You can feel free to do what you wish from that, but currently they're bamfed from where you did see them previously. So what do you want to do?
I don't know why I moved. I have nothing else to fight except the people in front of me, then I'm just going to start whacking these dudes in front of me.
Okay. Whack some dudes.
I think I get a +3 on attack and dam between the Good Hope and the Magic Weapon.
It's already added in, so you don't need to do any addition. I did add those buffs in.
Okay, if I kill this guy on the first one, I'm going to go attack the second one.
Okay, understood.
That makes sense.
Yep, all three of these guys around you are enemies. Okay, so that is that a nat 20? That is a nat 20. Very nice. Tell me again, which one are you starting with?
I would just go top of the hour to the right. So the
Okay.
guys behind me, like closer to Max.
Excellent. How do you want to kill the one directly? Confirmed 48 damage is definitely going to crush him.
I just want to like swing my flail through him and hit the next guy.
Okay, awesome. Yes, that flail, which is not a cutting weapon, is so powerfully swung through with your enormous size that it just snaps his torso through, and that continued movement strikes also the one behind him right in the face as you like pull it up like in an uppercut. Both of these guys now dead in one, some would say 2 swings. That is your
Mechanically 2, but
yes, but cooler to be.
I mean, they're zombies. They're not well held together. I figured it
Yeah.
would be like, whatever. I'm gonna move 5 steps. That's it.
Okay. You do so. There are significantly less zombies on the field at least now. That is your turn after the 5 foot. So with that, the guard that is still standing, the zombie guard that is still standing just to your north is going to attempt an attack on you. See how successful that is. See if the GM continues rolling like crap. 13 to strike's probably not.
18.
Okay. He misses as he swings through. He is going to... He's going to just take a 5-foot step, still standing. Oh, he does have high ground. The 15 wouldn't help though. Even with the high ground, he completely misses. Because, I mean, you're a Goliath, so even high ground, he's barely even face to face with you. He is going to take a 5-step to the right though. That is his turn. The next guard is in battle with one of the remaining friendly ally Imperial Guards. He is going to strike at that guard. Oof, awful. I will ask you what that is for in a moment there, Middelfield. Let me resolve the remaining 2 guards. So final 2 guards, let's go ahead and just roll their attacks. And both attack the other allied guard to their north. A 17 does strike for 8 points of damage.
Hey, GM.
Yeah, but
When Bellatrix cast that spell, could I have done a spell check?
you did do a spell check when Belladrake cast the spell.
No, when...
Oh, you're talking about when Carbon.
Yeah.
Carbon was the one holding his action and cast that spell. And yes, you could have.
Can I do it now?
Yep. He was not trying to hide it at all. He is very boisterous about showing off his arcana, so he is not trying to hide it. That was a dimension door. So do with that what you will. I'll even allow you to have an immediate sort of response to that if you wish to call out anything tactically. But before you do, let me just confirm, Adolfir, what was that spot for?
Yeah, trying to look around, see if I spotted them popping out anywhere.
Okay. You do. I am going to send you in Discord directly, since nobody else has spotted yet where you see them. I mean, everybody else, if you wish to do a spot check too, you certainly can. But Midolfir, because of where you are, you do see them. Okay, Mayman, you are so focused coming down those stairs, you do not see them. Max or Landry, you can't spot.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming I can't.
You can't, no. Even your eyeballs are paralyzed. Max,
Hey,
you wish to try?
If I just tell you where I'm looking, can I bypass the spot?
You could tell me, yeah, if you have a specific spot that you're looking, certainly the DC will be affected if it is correct. So where are you looking?
I'm looking at the throne.
Okay, go ahead and give me a spot check regardless. There are people in your way between you and the throne, although the throne is raised up. So go ahead and give me your spot check.
Spot? Okay. I mean...
It could be behind the throne.
The spot is meant for, like, hiding, so, like... What's the DC? Is set by the hide.
So
All
this
right,
DC is going to
I'm
essentially be a 10, which you just hit exactly. Now you were getting a plus 5 for looking in the correct direction. But Ulfir, you naturally were looking in the correct direction. They are standing on top of the throne. Essentially, Carbon is standing on the very wide stone throne with Hildy and Belladrake at each side. I will now show them again. Now, Mayman, you are not currently aware of that, but it is Midolfir's turn since Varg is paralyzed. Midolfir, go ahead and give me Varg's will save to see if he breaks free.
All right, 1 second.
Okay, Varg unfortunately still under the control of this spell, which eventually will run out. Okay, so with that, it is your turn, Midolfir. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shout. behind y'all. And then I'm gonna double run towards, up the stairs and towards the wall.
Okay. Yeah, keep in mind that there's like a staircase there that has a wall, so you have to keep within the bounds of that. And if you're quad running, you have to go in a straight line. So if you're double running, that's fine. Or double moving, that's fine.
I meant double. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
on 60.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and resolve that.
Which one is the Emperor?
This is the Emperor right here. Okay, now you did kind of strafe across one of the zombie guards. They are not very good at attacking, but let's see if they can get a miracle here. 17 to hit?
I believe that is my arm class.
Okay, so that does strike for 6
Wait,
points
no.
of damage.
No. I'm bark speed right now. My AC is 20.
Okay, you are correct. So the bark skin saves you as this zombie guard tries to strike out. You do not take any damage from that. Are you calling out anything as you're moving?
Yeah, I yelled, behind y'all!
Ah, yes, I forgot. I forgot
And
because
then-
you used y'all, which is obviously half orcish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Hick, right? Dude, I'm from the States. I'm gonna yawl it up.
Excellent. All right, so that is the end of that round. It is now the 5th round. Now the NPCs are going to all try to get their saves. The Emperor is already sort of free. He's trying to like shake Chorus awake from this paralyzation. I'm going to start with Chorus. Okay, Chorus does come out of this paralyzed state and immediately tries to move towards the throne, but finds himself hitting his face against some sort of invisible barrier. Let me just do these by the dice. It'll be faster. So let's see. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checks. Okay. Both of those fail.
GM, just real quick.
Yep.
Breaking that will save is a full round action, though, right? You can't do that.
It is. He wasn't able to actually move. He would have been able to take a 5-foot step, so that's why he banged his head against the.
You can take a 5-foot. You can take a swift action if
Yeah.
you've got one.
Exactly. Now, somebody just rolled a nat 20. It would have been the 4th person after Simon, so Empress, Princess. Now, Prince Benetton Arquise is no longer paralyzed. That is this guy right here.
Did you
And
just
then-
call him Prince Benetton, like United Colors of Benetton? Is that his name?
That's his name. And the final check will be for Master Cleric Nantes, who fails with a nat 2. That is their actions. The prince looks over to Chorus and the Emperor and gets his hand right on the hilt of his sword, ready to draw it. Back to the top. Landray, it is back to you. Let's see what you can do.
Here we go. Come
Okay.
on.
Man, what did you actually roll there? A 14.
A 14.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get. Dang, your will is so bad. Yeah, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to get
it's real
basically a
bad.
19.
It
19 or
is real bad.
20s. Okay. That is unfortunate, but that is your turn. Max, you do see
Yeah.
them on the throne. What are you doing?
Well, you never resolved what happened to the fireball and the body that was
The
being
body
hurt.
is intact. I'm going to say it was behind her enough that it avoided it, since she was already on the fringe of that fireball. Whatever remaining explosion, etc., was at that edge, he was just behind her. So she does have that body behind her now still. Just
Go,
spamming
Max.
fireballs out here. Excellent. Taking
Can't
a
do
page out
anything
of
else, man.
Taking a page out of Flicker Wisp's manual. Whatever can't be solved by fireball is worth it. Okay, so this will only be focused on these three now.
And
That is going to Let's see if they can get
and
better
all
rolls.
flammable
The
material.
body lacks
And
the
the body.
reflex save.
Yes, the body will not get a reflex save. That fails. Man, they're just rolling. I mean, that was a 10. It wasn't awful. Terrible.
Oh, you failed.
Terrible.
Yes.
That's a nat 1. Goodness. Okay, well, at least the damage is slightly less this time. That is 30 points of damage against all 3 of them. I will say, since the body is fully within this kiln you have created, that, yeah, that 1 damage, double damage. Nope, well, unless you guys want to play it that way, we could do that in the future for you guys also.
No, that was a joke.
Okay. Max, with that, you do strike them. The body is incinerated. What was remaining of the body is turned into a pulverized bone dust at the feet of Lady Belladrake. No reaction as of yet to that from her. What else are you doing since you still have Archon's focus? How many rounds left on that Archon's focus?
Got 6 more rounds left.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Mayman, I would say while he's thinking, they don't look like they're near undeath, death, re-death. They got plenty of HP, it appears, even after 2 fireballs.
Even the Hildy character?
Yes, even the Hildy character, though, certainly her
So she just took 69
yeah.
and does not look bloody.
She looks more bruised than the others, but not near death.
Well, Belladrake also took the, Modal Fears.
Yeah, they all got a 69, and then after that, Modolfir slapped her also with that axe. Yeah. So Max, what are you doing?
Alright, since I know that Hildy is alive, I'm gonna run there. And then stick my hand out in front of me. 11 style. And I palm open, fingers splayed out. And I say a word. And I cast Whelm on her.
Okay. So with Whelm, let's see. Essentially, you're doing some non-lethal damage, right?
Yeah, so she's got to roll a will save.
Okay, and who's that against again?
Hildy.
Okay. Are there any other components to that? Or is it just the non-lethal? Looks like it's just non-lethal, right? There's no after effect of that. Okay, here's the will save against DC 19 again. Jesus Christ. Natural 6.
So I'm gonna roll. For every 2 caster levels beyond first, you deal an extra 1d6. So my caster level is 9, so that's gonna be 5d6.
Okay.
So she takes 17.
Okay, not a great roll, but pretty good nonetheless. Damage. So she has taken 17 points of non-lethal. Now, for once, it's almost like the air got knocked out of her. She's looking rougher, even though that was non-lethal damage. believe that is
I
your
mean,
full turn.
if her HP gets to 17, she passes out.
Yep.
That's what non-lethal does, so.
Yep. She will pass out if she gets to 0. That is your turn, I think, right?
No, if she gets to... No, if her HP gets to 17, she'll go unconscious, because I just dealt 17.
Yeah, I mean, yes, if her HP gets to 17, the equivalent of her getting 0. Yes, understood. It is marked differently, I get that on the sheet. Okay. So, Max, that is your turn, unless you have anything else you want to call out as a free action. That is a no. Okay. It is back to Carbon Belladrake. Hold 1 second. Let me check one thing. Okay. Carbon Belladrake, to start off. Man, Max, you threw me off with all the fireballs. Let's see. Oh, oof, I should have thought of this coming up. Man. Okay, here's what's going to happen. This message brought to you by a stumped GM. Carbon is going to go ahead and cast a spell.
I'm guessing I can see him?
That you can see him? Yeah. He's up on the throne. Let's see. Gosh. Here, let me just make sure. Okay, Max, I need you to give me a fortitude save.
Cool.
How much HD do you have, Max? You have 11, right?
Hit dice?
Yeah, I mean, how many levels do you have?
10.
10? Okay. That is good to know. Okay, you do fail. Max, a wave of evil power strikes into your face, into your head. You are sickened. You feel a sudden pain and fever sweep over your body. I will go ahead and put on the sickened condition on you.
Okay, what's the spell?
Let's see, that spell is Eye Bite.
Okay.
So, let me go ahead and put that sickened state on you. Okay, that should automatically control that. He is going to stay seated at the top of the throne. That is his turn. Lady Belladrake now. is going to now cast Gosh, sorry. I want to just make sure on this one because it's important. She is going to cast Black Tentacles. That is going to have a 20-foot spread. I believe I have an object type for that. Yeah. She's going to cast that right there. So let's see. With that, I believe.
Would that be able to go inside the force page based on the force page description?
Interesting
it acts
question.
as a wall of force. Can't cast magic into or behind a wall of, through a wall of force.
Yeah, I would say the tentacles don't come through that force cage. So the beings inside the force cage are not affected by it. For the rest of you who are within the zone, I think I need a reflex save, if I remember correctly. I need a... Oh, there is no saving throw, actually.
Since we would be able to see because the tentacles are inside the force gauge, can you show us the force gauge now, or is it the same circle as the tentacles?
Do you not see the... Oh, the force gauge itself? Sure, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the absence of it. Yes, I can. I'm going to show you the edges of what is not... Now you should be able to see it. So, every creature within the area spell must make a grapple check. Okay? And that was cast by Lady Belladrake, so I'll tell you the DC to beat. So that's a +4 from the strength score, plus her caster level, plus the actual roll. That is a... I need you to beat a 30 grapple check.
Jesus.
Whoa. Would I even be able to do it because I'm paralyzed?
No, you're automatically grappled by it. But Max and Varg is also, by the way. The rest of the people in here are
Varg's in the
exempt.
force cage.
Oh, you're right. He's within the force cage. So really, it's just a spell for Max and Lanray.
I mean, even if I get a nat 20, I can't get 30, so here you go.
Okay. Max, you are grappled, as is Lanray. They will make grapple check each round on your turn to deal 1d6 plus 4 points of bludgeoning damage. So we'll see what happens, but you are currently grappled and under its effects of grapple. That is Lady Belladrake. She's going to go ahead and move a little bit here. Actually, you know what? She's going to just stay there because of the dust of the betrothed. Hildy is going to Hildy is going to get to the actual numbers here. Okay. Okay. Hildy is going to cast a spell. Max, you are watching her as she gathers over top of the ashes that you saw. I cannot find my maps for some reason. Max. Oh, that was a really low spellcraft check. This actually... Let's see if you actually passed that. So that would count for any spell up to what level, Max?
I mean, it depends on which line of the spellcraft you want me to use.
Spotting a spell being cast, essentially. A spell being cast, deciphering from the spellcraft that.
That's 15 plus the spell level.
Oh, okay. So it covers all the way through 9. Yeah, she is casting Resurrection. 7th level conjuration spell. It is going to take a long time. She begins the ritual, chanting over the body. You smell the smell of rotting fruit rising in the air, and flies can be seen all around both the dead body of the prince, but also the ashes of the betrothed to Lady Belladrake. And with that, let me go ahead and do one tweak. The room itself.
She's doing what spell?
Resurrection. The room itself darkens as you feel a cold presence starting to enter the room. Hildy pours some sort of blood also onto the ashes of the ashes of the dead body. Okay, that is all of their turns. Mayman, it is back to you. What are you doing? Sorry it took so long to go through that.
I don't understand how she can be casting Resurrection, but okay.
Hildy?
Huh?
Keep in mind, this is Hildy that's casting that. Okay.
Is it because you turned the body to ash? Is that the point? Can I just? I don't want to overrun. I just want to take a quad run in a line, but there's people in it. Is that a problem? Can I do that?
Dead bodies, yes. Living people that are enemies, no. The only way you would be able to do that would be with like an overrun, which is a bunch of checks.
Yeah, I can't do an overrun because if I can't do a quad run and an overrun. Quad run's
Sure.
full round, right?
Quad run is a full round action, yes.
I can't do a double run. A double run is a full round too, isn't it?
Yes. But you don't have to go in a straight line with the double run.
Okay, we have no chance of defeating these guys at the top, Max yells out. He says concentrate on the knights. On the undead.
Madolfer is going to shout in response to that if GM allows me to be shouting behind her.
Yeah, I'll allow free action shouting right now if you want to yell out things.
Use the stone, call in reinforcements.
Can I do this, GM?
Can't, I'm grappled.
Double run?
Yes, now you will take an attack of opportunity against you, but these guys have been pretty fledgling thus far. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you this roll and this roll. Okay. Neither of those strike, I assume.
They do not.
Okay.
And that was a full round action, correct?
Yes. Anything else?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay.
By the way,
I'm gonna give Lanray a thumbs up, and I'm just gonna give him a wink and say beefcake.
Okay.
Max,
And
you
Landry
can-
can't see any of that, but
You can still interact with items. You can even still attack while you're grappling. You're not pinned. You're grappling.
No, he's paralyzed because
I'm
of
paralyzed. Yeah.
No,
Landry
I'm
is, but he's talking about Max.
Max's
Yeah.
response to not being able to use the stone because he's grappling.
So,
Okay.
a few zombie moves here. Let's go ahead and move him up. He's going to attempt to strike at Medolfir. Sword. 14 to hit.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. The next undead being right next to you, he's going to attempt the same thing. 19 to hit.
No, sir. I'm at 20 right now.
Goodness. Okay. These two are just going to strike out against Living Guard. So both of those do strike for 6 points of damage. This Living Guard is looking rough. That's being attacked by the two zombies. Varg, go ahead and give me a will save to see if you escape. That's a failure for Varg. So Medolfir, it is back to you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get close to Max.
Okay. Skirting the black tentacles. Okay. Takes your entire turn to get to that point. You can do a swift action at the end of that or a free action. Is there anything?
No, I can't do it as a swift action, but yeah, my intention is to pull Max free of the tentacles.
Okay. For next turn, you sort of like. Now, are you going to try to do that? Yeah, that's fine. Never mind. Yeah.
I am going to offer that those two zombies get attack of opportunity on me when I move away. So,
Thank you.
isn't it fair?
I appreciate that. They will take those attacks of opportunity. Not that it matters against DC or an AC 20, but man, just those aren't even bad rolls. I mean,
No, those are great rolls. They would have normally
Yeah.
hit me.
yeah, man, good stuff. That is the end of the round. The ones who are remaining under the effect of the paralyzation are going to, the whole person are going to attempt again. First two. Ooh, okay. The Empress is now free with that roll. It must make Lanray feel really kind of emasculated that the Empress is got the more willpower. Okay, that is free, and now let's try the Princess and Nantes. Nantes is also free now. So let me go ahead and remove that status. And with that, they're going to continue to try to find a means out of this force cage, but they see that it is now surrounded in black tentacles and are freaking out regarding that. The Emperor calls out to the rest of you, "I can't wait any longer," and he moves towards his family. He's going to move here, and he calls out to his Empress to come and reach out, and they will jump out of this place with everyone. And that is the end of their turns. The guards are going to attempt to kill the zombies next to them. Let's see. Both of those strike, but it takes both hits on the first one. They're still standing. And finally, this guard to the left.
Oh, come on.
That is awful. Okay. Well, it doesn't confirm on either, but those are megas.
Those are the worst
This-
damage rolls ever for the base.
Those are
Wow.
really bad. But it is actually enough to kill this zombie directly next to him, as well as doing significant damage, enough damage to really be on the brink for the zombie below. So the numbers are dwindling. Now it is back to the top, Lanray. Hold 1 second.
Can we give him advantage because I gave him the beefcake sign?
The beefcake sign does not affect Lanray, obviously. He is part of Team Skinny Boy, as we've established in lore.
I'll take thoughts and prayers.
We've
You're gonna need them.
inducted him. I give Benjamin Landray some creatine on the side. So just for this,
Right.
Oh, and
BC
before that
some
happens,
BCAAs, please.
before that happens, regardless, since you're starting the round in the grapple, and it's an automatic, you do take 1d6 plus 4 points of damage. So that is 8 points of damage.
Good start.
Yup. Now you may roll your will save. I don't understand how your will is so low. It's crazy low. Man!
Hey.
It's a dang good roll and you still are failing it. Whew. Yeah.
To deal that damage, they have to do a grapple check. I know it's like a foregone conclusion because it's got a massive bonus.
I think
but they
when
still have
somebody
to
is
do it.
paralyzed, it's pretty much automatic, I thought, but I'll roll it nonetheless.
Oh yeah, because never mind. They can't counter the.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, grapple
okay.
me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you are still paralyzed and being grappled at the same time, taking significant damage. That is your turn, Max. It's back to you. You've been the most effective thus far, but you are currently grappled. It's going to attempt the grapple check on you now. So this is going to be, that's pretty good. Plus caster level. You're going to fail this. It's going to be 32 to get out of this grapple.
That's impossible.
I think on grapples, nat 20 still count as automatic success.
Nope.
I'm going to have to check that. No?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
The only
yeah.
time a nat 20 matters is a save or an attack.
okay, so
there's no
with
point.
that, you are going to take 10 points damage. Roll 6.
Okay.
But it is your turn after that. Even though you are grappled, what would you like to do?
How does the sending stone work?
I will say it's interaction with an item, so I do believe Medolfir is correct that because you essentially just speak into it automatically as a command, it does work regardless of if you grapple.
So it's not a spell trigger?
No, I think the sending stone is kind of just command word. Like it's almost like operator, get me, and then it just works. Yeah, there's no like use magic device or anything like that to utilize it. It is automatic upon command. Exactly. Now that's the baby. Max, are you talking right now? I can't tell if you're muted or just thinking.
I'm looking at the grappling rules.
Oh, okay, sure. Up next is going to be Me-Man after the 3 baddies, and I am thinking through what the 3 baddies are doing while Max is thinking this time.
Medolfir again is going to say, grab the stone, I'll get you out.
Max speaks into the stone, communicating with Darius, I believe.
Yeah, it could be either one of them. They shared the Darius or Jameson. I think the last person who was holding it was Darius.
This is limited by 25 words, right?
Yes.
Throne.
That's
Palace. Okay.
Yep.
Lich. Veladrakes. Plural. I said
Sure.
plural Veladrakes.
I got that, yeah.
Help. Quickly. Black tentacles.
That's 12.
Help, help, help. Alright.
Okay. Well, you trailed off in the message at the end with just pleas of help and ows, but that does go through. There's silence for a moment. Let me go ahead and say...
I didn't concentrate on hearing back. Let's see here. Do I have any spells?
You can cast it. It's going to provided that it's only a standard action spell and it has no somatic components.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at what
I know.
The spells
I know.
don't
It's almost
have
all
somatic? Yeah.
I'm aware.
There's none. Alright, I can't do check shit. So can I attempt... Well, no, there's no point of grapple check, is there? Like, even if the Black Tentacle rolls a nat 1, what would that be for me to beat?
Even on a 1, it'd be a 22, I believe.
So, I mean, maybe possible if I get above 17 or 17 or higher on my roll.
Yeah. I still think grapple is an extension of an... No, it's not though.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
And right now I'm sickened, which I believe reduces... Oh no, grapple's fine. It's other stuff. It's
Yeah,
not
it
an
is
attack.
automatically affecting you right now. The second.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect grapple, so it is possible for me.
I think it does lower your strength, no?
No.
It doesn't.
No, it just gets -2 to checks.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I got a 24, so I gotta hope
It's
that
possible.
it rolls real low.
Okay. So this needs to be...
I mean, that's a nat 19 for me, so
Yeah, this has got to be a 1 through a 3, basically, for you to...
fun.
Here, I'll roll it out in the open.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry. You remain grappled. And I think to try to break free was your action.
Oh, well, in that case, I couldn't have even done it because I spoken to the stone. So never mind.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Save it for next time. That is your turn. It is now Carbon, Lady Veldrake, and Hildy's turns. So the first thing that's going to happen here is Carbon is going to move his actions to be before Lady Veldrake and Hildy permanently. Just adjust these, just so that it falls into place. So Lady Veldrake is going to act first. As she sees
Hold on,
the ashes
so-
being
Carbon delayed his turn?
delayed, rounds will be behind
Yeah.
Lady Veldrake.
Alright.
Lady Veldrake, seeing that the ashes are being resurrected slowly with the blood that Hildy poured, is going to cast another spell. Max, you are still able to hear and see, so feel free. It is within very close range.
9th level?
Yep. And she is once again casting a Wall of Force. Okay. And then she is going to position herself further south, seeing that the ashes are being taken care of. Right to there. I'm sorry, one more. Just at the top of the stairs here. And that is her turn. Carbon Veldrake is going to bamf out once again. And then Hildy is currently occupied with the resurrection, which takes 10 minutes. I hear the sound of checks. Medolfir. This is going to be substantially harder because the black tentacles. With that check, you do not see him. You do not currently see Carbon Belladrake. E-Man, obviously, you do not either. That is all of their turns. It is now to you, Mayman. You see Medolfir and Max bunched up on the other side of the black tentacles, just barely through these tentacles. What are you doing?
If I become a large-sized creature, so I would be casting enlarge, I would occupy 4 squares. Is that true?
Yes, you would.
And if I enlarged where I am now, could I also grab Lanray and pull him out of the tentacles?
You would have to make the opposed grapple check against the black tentacles that are holding him, but yes, you could.
All right, well, then that's what I will do.
I'm sorry to
go ahead and roll
again.
that. Yep. While he's
Can
rolling that, what's up, Max?
Can I tell what the guy that just disappeared cast?
Oh, thank you. Did you roll a spellcraft?
No, I'm asking if I'm allowed to.
Oh, yes. While he was where he cast the spell, you could have seen it. Yes. Yeah, he dimension doored again. Okay. Let's see. I always forget you're wearing armor there. You cast spells so infrequently, but regardless, you still pass your arcane spell failure check. Okay, so you are
that
now.
That would be the middle. Just this.
Yep.
Up this way.
Let me go ahead and change you to a large being. Oh, actually, this has an automatic tag on it, so let me go ahead and just activate that.
Mimian is an arcane caster?
You want to explain that, me-man?
Yeah, I keep rolling 1s and 2s on my, whenever I get HP. So instead of HP, I get spells. And I rolled a 1 and I got a large person.
There is a channeling of power to him that's occurring as he gains new knowledge and new abilities. That is strange. It's pulling maybe from other planes. Unclear. Let me go ahead and oppose this grapple check.
Yeah, my mom wanted me to be a caster, and so it haunts me. I'm technically grappling as a huge-sized creature.
Yes.
I'm one size larger than the tentacles.
Correct. Your grapple check is actually a 33. Yeah, it rolled a natural 3, so you are able to free Lanray out of the grapple. I will say you can go ahead and just kind of scoop him out of it as you wish. You are large enough that carrying him is almost like an item.
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah. You don't even have to do drag, because at this size, you're able to pull an insane amount of weight. So there's no strength check. Okay, now that was... I'm going to say that was your entire turn, though, to undo the grapple and to get him out of the black tentacles. Unless you have a swift action or a free action.
No, that's it for me.
Okay. And the enlarged person, obviously. Okay. That was you, Mayman. Nicely done. Lanray will not be killed by the black tentacles anytime soon. That is the zombie guard. Missing. I'm just going to hand roll the rest of these. Let's see. These two next to the other guard. Just for expediency. Okay, that is a 18 and a 14, so that does strike. So damage. Now they start rolling. I got to roll with actual dice, evidently, to get good rolls. All right, so that is a total of 10 points of damage against the living guard. He looks near death. This one right here. With that, it is Varg's turn. Come on, Varg. Landry, I just saw what you said. You'll, it's like the video 1 by Metallica. It's really trying to get your message across. For comedic effect, I'll think about that, man. It would be, I'm gonna use some major improvised weapon stuff, and it would be your actions that you're doing that. But yeah, you can utilize his ranged weapons using his hands. It'll be weird, but I love it. Bard fails, unfortunately.
Yeah, more effective if you just toss me.
Yeah.
Just throw me at Lady Bellatrix.
Exactly. Dolfir, you see Varg inside that cage, unaffected by the tentacles, but still isolated from you. Max still in a grapple. Okay.
That's a grapple check to, I assume, I'm not sure if that's mechanically what needs to happen, but I want to pull Max free.
Did you actually do the grapple check now?
It's in the chat.
I see a melee check, which is fine. I can use the number from that.
Hold on. Did I click melee? Hold on.
Yeah. I'll allow you to keep. It's the same bonus. It's 16 either way for you. It's not always the same bonus, but for you it is.
Yeah, just keep it. I thought I clicked grapple.
No worries. Okay,
Really? His melee and grapple are the same numbers?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Base attack bonus plus strength versus. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be opposed by the black tentacles. You have to get. Let me get a roll here. Nope, that's a failure. Max, Medolfir is able to get you freed from the grapple. Medolfir, where are you pulling him to?
Like below me, if possible.
Okay, it's going to be like dragging weight because you're not as big as Me-Man is with the extra weight of Max, but you are able to move back and pull him to that point for the rest of the turn.
Max is tiny and I'm strong, so.
That's true. But not as strong as Me-Man.
No, Mayman is Mr. Beefcake right now. So.
Yeah, he is. All right. It's back to the top of the round, but first, NPCs will get their attempts. The Empress, hearing the Emperor's words last round, is going to move around Varg and hold onto his arm. The Emperor has already taken out some sort of a large, like, jewel from underneath his royal clothes on a necklace. Once again, it has a symbol of Bahamut, but it also has the imperial flower behind the symbol of Bahamut. Regardless, let's see if the rest of these NPCs get freed. That's failure from Simon and from the princess. The others are freed right now. The Emperor calls out to Medolfir, Shall I release Varg also from this cage? And I'll allow you to respond, Medolfir, since it would have happened.
Would Varg... I'm not sure how far away they're going to be going from me. Would Varg still be a good boy being that distance away from me? Or would he revert to Feral state?
No, he would still hold that connection with you as a Beastmaster.
Okay, then yeah. Yes, please take him.
He won't be as effective because you're the one that controls it, but he'll... Okay. Noted. The Emperor is going to take that item. He's going to reach out with one of his hands as he grasps the princess, and then Nantes and Benetton are both going to grasp onto that same arm as well. And... let's see... Ooh, how's he going to do this, actually? Oh, the princess could be grabbing that arm also. So he is going to use... No. He's not going to be able to take Varg. He has to activate the item with one of his hands. So yeah, Varg is going to stay in there.
That's fine. He's protected.
Okay.
Can't Varg make contact with the Emperor?
Varg is paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Yeah, with this, everybody has to be touching.
Too, right? He's like...
What's that?
Varg is grappled too? He's like got tentacles all over him?
No, inside the force cage there are no tentacles because they can't pass through the barrier of the force cage. I'm going to say that even...
He's not held. GM, he's not held. Remember, that's only humanoids.
You are so correct.
Forgetting that. Forgetting that.
I did forget that. Thank you. He is not held. So
he can wrap his tail around his leg.
Yep. I'll allow it. Okay, and with
he's
that...
He's going to nuzzle him.
The Emperor releases some sort of arcane force from this necklace. And everyone who he was grasping, which is basically everyone except for Cores Thane and Simon Willett, are going to bamf out of this location. Go ahead and remove those characters. Max, feel free to do spellcraft checks on what the effect was that you just saw. It's not a casting, it's the actual effect. Still there, Max? Yep.
How long does the Sicken last?
The Sicken will last, I believe, 10 rounds. Okay, with that, you were able to determine that item that he was carrying somehow.
One round per 3 levels.
Oh,
so is it level
1 round
30?
per 3 levels. I misread that. So then it will be 6 rounds.
Still forever. Okay.
Still pretty long. Max, from that spell check, you were able to determine that it was a teleportation spell. So I need to roll a 1d10. Or sorry, a 1d100 to determine how well that went. 14's not great. Oh no, low is good, actually. Okay. So with that, they are bamfed out, but it is teleportation, in case you want to tell anybody, Max. Lanray, it is back to you now. Oh wait, the final guards need to strike against the zombies.
I'm imagining that they're going to somewhere very familiar, right?
Uh-huh. You would hope that the Emperor would be smart about that. Okay. This zombie here is dead. That's the one south of that guard. And then, let's see. This one is also dead on the left side. So both these guys are now dead. There's only one remaining zombie guard. Let me remove them from the turn order. Now, Lanray, it is your turn. You are out of the grasp of the grapple.
How many rounds has it been of the paralyzed GM?
It has been, of the hold person, it has been 7 rounds from the first one and 5 rounds since the second one.
Okay, so this will be round 8?
This will be round 8, but you became paralyzed on the second one, keep in mind.
Got it, so I have 8,
round
9,
6.
10, basically, so I have until round 10.
Yeah.
Got it.
Check on that hold person.
No, hold person.
Hold person is 1 round per level, so it could be longer than that, Lanray.
I mean, the guy, he cast it twice, so his minimum level if he's a wizard is like
high,
17 or something.
Yeah. Man, Lanray, you need somebody to help you out with that somehow. Unfortunately, not able to break free, but you're no longer taking damage at least.
Yeah, what's the roll he has to beat? 20?
22.
Yeah, the only way he can do that is on a 19 and 20. He's only got a +3.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Unless somebody gives him a buff or something, yeah. Max, you see Medolfir. You do no longer see Varg through the tentacles, but you do see Lanray and Mayman on the other side. Lanray's still paralyzed. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Slow.
Okay.
It's gonna target Hildy and Lady Veladrake.
Interesting. Okay, DC 19 to break free.
Do I need to do a caster level check on any of them?
For Veladrake, yes. Yes, for Veladrake, yes.
I'm gonna take 10. That comes out to 19.
Hildy fails the will save. 19 is enough for the spell resistance, and then for the will save, Lady Veladrake passes the will save.
Alright, so Hildy is slowed, meaning that she can either take a movement or a standard action each turn. She is not capable of doing a full round action.
Okay, understood. I'm going to still say that the spell that she's casting that's ongoing as a casting is still going to continue to be.
No, that's not possible. That is a full round. That is multiple rounds. She has to concentrate continuously for 10 minutes. Okay, I don't know. However way you want to play it. That's fine.
That's a weird one. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So you're saying with slow, because she has a 10-minute casting time on this spell, that she can't do anything because it's continuously using a full round action.
Yeah, she's doing 100 full round actions in order to cast this.
When you cast a spell with a casting time longer than a single action or reaction, you must spend your action each turn casting the spell, and you must maintain your concentration while you do so. For longer casting. So it still is an action, but she has to maintain her concentration.
Is this in the rules?
Yeah, let me make sure that's not a 5e.
Yeah, because Sloan says they can take a single move action or a standard action each turn. And that counts as, and the casting is saying a standard action.
Because if that's how it is, then I wouldn't have done slow. I don't know.
Well, no, it does say specifically, nor may it take full round actions. I think maybe that's the argument point here, right?
Right. The casting is full round, as far as I was aware. I didn't realize you could move around. I thought if a casting was more than a standard action, if it was a round or multiple rounds, that you were not allowed to be moving around while you're doing it. So
I can't find specifically a 3.5 SRD one, but there is. I don't even know if this is 5e or
all right, I wouldn't do it.
I need to look into that. I honestly don't know.
It seems against the intentions, but all right. Whatever. You know what? I hate this. I hate doing this, but here we go. So instead of the slow, forget the slow. This is stupid, but here we go.
How do you have another fireball?
Look at my spell slots.
You already used 2.
Yeah, I had 3. I still haven't even had a chance to cast Elation, which could be actually helpful, but...
Oh, I see, because you have 1 in your prepared domain. That's why I messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be another 19 save. Man, these guys are sucking at saves right now, too.
Yeah, Hildy's like casting a spell. She can't reflex, can she?
Well, she is going to have to make a concentration check now against...
Yeah, but only against half of that now. That
17 damage, yeah. So that was hers. She does only take half the damage. Oh! Fireball doesn't actually like zoom out as a line, right? It actually just explodes.
It appears. It appears where it is.
Noted. Yeah. So then, yes, that does.
Yeah, the question is if Hildy has to be casting the spell, you're going to take it's a concentration check for that, just to make sure she continues casting it.
That's how I'm going to rule the slow check, is that she still can continue to cast that long spell, but if anything happens during that, she has to make a concentration check like it is concentration.
Yeah, which is why I went with Fireball, because I'm trying to make her do a concentration check against some appreciable amount of damage.
Correct.
But she saved against it, so it's not going to be that hard for her, probably.
So, concentration check here.
No, but it might reset any progress she's made on the block.
So, what is the roll that she has to make again for concentration? It's 10 plus the damage?
Yeah.
Or is it just the damage?
10 plus.
Well, then she doesn't pass that. So, with that,
Well,
as she was
loses her
gathering
spell.
on top of the dust, she is interrupted in casting the spell enough that she loses her concentration. The spell ends. And there is a dark kind of growl within the space of the throne room as that occurs. Let's see. The lighting of the room is going to return to this. But they do take half damage. So let me apply that. Hildy's looking rough. Belladrake, not so much.
Kim, just a quick question. Did we notice the fireball would have acted weirdly against the force ball, would it not?
Yes, you did notice that the explosive fire did end. Man, I wish I hadn't removed that fireball. But basically, it did end right along.
Who's there?
Thank you.
I put it closer to her than to Belladrake because I was trying to...
Hold on 1 second. So what you noticed is essentially along this edge, there was a sudden stop of the fireball. That green line right there.
That staircase, that I'm gonna get fiddly for a second. I'll wait on my turn. I'm curious because there's that where Belladrake is standing is elevated like 5 to 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is, does the fireball, does it come out on the bottom, or do we sense that wall goes from where Belladrake is standing all the way to the ground?
Yeah, and also, how tall is the ceiling? I imagine it's pretty tall since it's a palace throne room, right?
Yes. You do get the sense that the fireball is stopped from the angle based on the sphere. All you can tell is that the fireball is stopped from the ground to whatever, that the sphere sort of returns on that fireball. So you don't know above that sphere, but you know for sure that at the ground level, it does stop it.
Remember that the slice of a sphere from this distance is much smaller, right? So really it's just like that wide if I draw it back again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. It's only 3 squares would have passed through anyway. So really it's just it's only like that. We would have only noticed that portion of it, right? And only 3 up and down as well. So it doesn't really reveal that much.
It wouldn't reveal that much if that's the line that's currently occurring, yeah. So,
how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling here
it's still my turn, man.
Oh, sorry, I forgot Archon's focus. The ceiling is 25 feet tall.
Okay, and the distance from here to here is...
It's 85 feet if you go corner to corner.
Okay, hold on. 85 times 25.
Calculating.
Alright. Is there a way I can tell if she would be able to fill up the entire wall? Or the entire space?
I don't think you would be able to tell that. You could try a spot check to see invisible things, but I don't think...
No. I'm saying, can I do a spellcraft check or some sort of a check to say, is that... I know what spell she used.
Yeah, but that's meta. You can't determine a being's caster level as character.
I didn't ask that.
Okay.
I'm asking, would it be possible?
No.
To fill up the whole place?
Yes, it would be possible. For sure, yes. At a certain level, you could definitely fill up the whole
So
thing.
I could infer what her minimum caster level would need to be in order to fill up the space, yes?
To fill up the entire space, she would have to be right at a level 20. I would say that you would know that. She would have to be a level 20 to fill up the entire space. You don't know what she filled up, but you do know that would be what it would take.
Alright, well, I'm gonna test this theory by casting Magic Missile at Hildy. Does it go?
Okay.
Good rolls on those, man.
Well, it probably won't make it past the wall, but GM has to make that decision. It's not really even a roll, it's a question of
12, 15, 20 points of damage. Your magic missiles strike Hildy.
Okay, so she didn't fill up the entire wall. Alright, so that was the real... I was trying to figure out if Veladrake is level 20 or not. The magic missile hitting Hildy is an extra bonus, but really what I was trying to figure out is what's Veladrake.
Okay. The missiles go up towards the ceiling and then strike down upon Hildy.
Okay.
That is now your turn. You still have a swift action.
I have a move. Can I try to look around?
You can.
Because I know that he dimensioned or not teleported.
Yep.
It's
With
not
that
dim anymore.
spot,
it's lit up again, and he's not actively hiding.
with that spot, via the black tentacles, let me just check an angle real quick. I would say you do see Carbon Veladrake, who is right there on the south side. What the heck? I didn't do that. Okay, so that is the end of your turn.
It's on the movement.
Oh, you do have a movement. Sorry, go ahead. What are you doing? Stupid Archon's focus.
Oh.
Just tell me where you're trying to go.
I'm gonna go at least to this square, and then if I can, I'm gonna try to push through to this square.
Okay. You only get to this square right here
Okay.
before you hit a wall in front of you. Lady Veladrake screams out in anger. That's how you want to play this, Max. And she's going to cast. She's going to use up one of her high-level spells. Let's see.
I mean, worst thing she can do is kill me. So,
It's
go
true.
with it. Also, Wall of Force. So, she has line of effect, but
She can't shoot a ray through it, and breath weapons through it. But other things would work around it, just like the fireball did.
as long as it appears on the other side.
Yep. Okay. Man, why is this? Okay. You're gonna need to do a will save. going to be a DC. Let's see, what's the spell level here? Okay, so you do pass the will save.
What's she trying to do to me?
She was attempting to cast Phantasmal Killer on you, but she failed. With that, she is going to scream out to her great-grandfather and move backwards. That is her turn. Carbon Belladrake is going to shake off what he was about to do. She yells out, "Return to me!" And Carbon Belladrake is going to use up another friggin' spell. Max has really ruined my party. And reappear next to Lady Belladrake. Let's see, that was a dimension door. He is going to cast that Quickened. So he has the ability for 8th level spells. You know that, Max. He calls over to Hildy as he holds his actual action. Hildy is going to cross over. Belladrake is going to scream out, "Bring the ashes!" But Hildy is not going to have time to do so. Hildy, man, I hate this. Hildy's going to grab onto Carbon. Or sorry, Hildy is actually moving to Lady Belladrake. And Hildy and Lady Belladrake and Carbon are now going to... Yep. Bamf out.
Okay.
Max, there's something different about what occurred here. Lady Belladrake had something on her finger that she utilized.
So I can't do a spellcraft check.
I don't know. Read through the spellcraft rules, and like, if you find one specific that you're trying to use, let me know.
It doesn't matter. So,
okay.
Just like, based on, I've been keeping track of what spell levels they've been casting and how many, and like, if they are the classes I think they are, this is, I mean, we did as good as we could have done, I feel like. Like, there's zero chance we would have defeated them. It's not a thing that was possible.
What you certainly have done is disrupted whatever they were trying to do, for sure. They have bamfed out. Where to, you're not sure, but I would say after several moments of looking around.
Well, no, I know where they went.
Okay.
I know it from story. Like, they went to the spot that the ring is tied to, which is probably, it's somewhere within the palace walls. I know that for sure.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and say that the guards do finish off the last of the zombies. The spell effects begin to wear out, including Lanray, you come out of your paralysis, still holding onto your bow.
Alright guys, what happened?
Dude, you missed it.
I couldn't see anything except that wall.
The force cage still is appearing above
The wall
Simon
of force?
Willett and Corus Thane.
The force cage or the wall of force?
The force cage. The wall of force does come down. I'm going to say minutes pass here, and eventually these elements start disappearing one by one. Is there something that you guys are doing in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm saying we need to go to the like immediately as soon as they teleported. I say we need to get to the Veladrake cemetery plot.
Okay, and are you waiting for the
ring? She used the ring that lets them get into here.
Are you waiting for Chorus Thane specifically to be able to get out of the force cage, or are you just talking to just the group?
I know that's going to be like forever. Force cage lasts so long.
Yep. So the two fighters are free with you guys.
So...
Yeah. Okay, group. Discuss it out. Landray specifically, you've been silent for a while because of the spell.
I'm going to put him on my shoulder. So even if he's not out of his paralysis, we can roll.
Let's do it. I say, Max, what's the quickest way? Do we know?
I mean, we walked around the interior and exterior of the palace at this point, and we know how to get out, right?
Yeah, I mean, the guards are still alive. We can ask the guards. We're like, we have to save the king. Where is the Veladrake, whatever the place Max wants to go to? We need to get there quickly and ask them how to go. Like,
it's at least...
Don't take us there.
So, on the Terthus map, if the party location is right...
Oh, let me move it to the Terthus map, sorry.
It's at least 400 feet from the... walls, but it might be more. I don't know where we are.
I mean, from within the throne room to get to the sort of the garden exit at that same fountain room is, a couple 100 feet. So, yeah, so let's say 600 or 500 feet. Yeah, something in that regard.
I'm gonna tell Max, can we grab the ashes before we head out? They're gonna want those ashes.
They're not a material component of the spell. As long as those ashes exist, they can just cast it again. I say.
Veladrake told Hildy to grab them, so they must be important to her.
Yeah, I don't think you can cast resurrection on someone that's anywhere on the material plane. I think you need something of that person
with you.
Yeah, like
I have a flask to store the ashes if we need it.
Yeah, I can't. If you've got a fingernail on you from a dead person, I can't cast resurrection on you.
Oh yeah. It's a target. It's a target. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Also, Max. Relay this change to the Acer Magicas.
The Acer Magica have not responded still to your sending stone.
That's good.
After moments.
I mean, Darback looks like he won. They went after, what's his name? Oh boy, Skeletor, and he showed up here. So I'm going to say they lost.
Yeah. In order to gain speed in our getting the heck out of here, is someone holding like a jug, or does somebody have a container, or do I have to pull a container out?
I have a flask. I think it might be big enough.
What you doing?
We have to get all of the dust. Is that big enough, GM?
This says it can hold 1 pint of liquid.
I'm large size. I'm gonna scoop
I literally have 2 empty urns in the bag of
I was just gonna throw it in my pants, and then that would have made a comedic moment.
I put the urn in your pants.
More than free.
It can be both. You can put it in the urn, and then you can put it in your pants.
All right. I cast Prestidigitation, so that we can pick it all up quickly.
Okay.
And have it go into the urn.
Okay. Instead of it taking several rounds for you guys to scoop up every little bit of it, it only takes 1 round for it to just scoop up all of it and pour it into the urn.
Well, 1 standard action.
Okay.
And then
what was with the potion that you just dragged into the chat?
Disregard. I was clicking on it to see if it brought a description up.
Okay.
Because I'm interested in the duration. I don't know what level it is, other than it gave me +4, so I know it's not first level or second level.
Okay. Yep.
And it's 10 minutes per level, so I'm looking at timing on how long that's going to last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's at least going to be 30 minutes at a minimum.
Gotcha.
But you wouldn't know that. You're a barbarian. Okay, so you guys have gathered the urn. Is the urn staying with Max, or is it going in?
It's got to be at least a caster level 9 if it's a +4.
Is it going in Mayman's pants here? Just so I know who's holding it.
I can put it in my pants. Let's just do that. Come on. Let's just.
He wants them in his pants.
All right, I'm not gonna yuck your yum. All right, I'll remove one urn from the bag of holding them.
Thank you. Whether you add it or not, Mayman, I'll add it at the end of the session regardless. So you guys are in the throne room. You have finally scooped up that stuff. Chorus is yelling to you, "Don't delay for me, go!"
Yeah. Max moves like while the precipitation is going, he's starting to go out towards where he wants to go.
Okay.
And hold on, how far? Can I see the cemetery?
Well, it's 600 feet, and you guys are still indoors. Midolfer, you had a question?
I was gonna say we're heading straight there, or do we want to go down to the prince's danger room first, or the king's danger room?
The inner keep.
Just to make sure everybody made it. And possibly get some, I don't know, not necessarily healing, but any, reinforce anything that we may want to take with us to there from like the...
Master Nantes is with that group.
Yeah.
As is Varg. Or you can split party.
I don't think it's a good idea after
facing
facing what we just faced to rush in there headlong without a little bit of prep. I'm not saying take a lot of time. I'm not saying take a rest, but we know what we're going up against, and we know what we have. Right? So.
Yeah, I'm only going to be this big for so long. I start yelling at the guards, and I ask one of them for directions, and I yell at the other one to go alert the keep, protect the king. The Veladrakes have attacked, and then get everyone awake. Like the castle needs to start fighting, and I agree we should be a little bit prepared, but it also works the other way. They will also prepare and heal if we give them enough time.
So
the guard does
out,
yell.
Trying to call to arms, everybody that we can. Muster as much as we can on the way.
Okay. The guard does yell out, "Yes, sir," and he starts running towards the inner keep through the hallway. The other guard stays with you all to go outside with Max. As you exit from the palace through the fountain room, you do not notice the guards necessarily understanding that anything occurred out here. That guard starts yelling out, "There's been an attack! The Emperor has been attacked! There's been an attack in the throne room!" He starts yelling towards the barracks. The lights of the barracks start turning on. This is pretty late at night at this point. It's still like the 10 o'clock hour.
I'm sorry, I missed all that audio. What did you say? That somebody came and yelled something?
Yeah, the guard is yelling for other people around the citadel to assist as you guys exit the fountain room. So there are guards that were outside of the palace who immediately start helping. You have gathered, in this immediate moment, you have gathered 2 additional guards that were right next to this exit. So you have 3 guards with you right now, and others are starting to light torches, candles, etc. in the barracks and all over the citadel itself. You are currently at this point right around 350 feet away from the actual Veladrake cemetery plots.
I mean, just start calling for action. Call to action.
Okay.
So I have line of sight on it.
To the Veladrake plots, you do. Yeah, I mean, there's a garden in the way, but it's up on the hill there, along with other cemetery plots of the Imperial family. And
does the Imperial Castle not have a contingent of like war wizards, battle wizards? I mean, they got magical
They did.
protections in place, right?
So They did. You saw some of them in front of the inner keep. You have not been down to the inner keep to see if anything has happened there. There were additional ones that have been around the Citadel. A lot of the time, they keep the wards of the walls running. So a lot of their occupation is along the walls. And beyond that, the Imperial presence does rely on the planet to some extent for bigger threats.
So between the inside of the palace room and getting to where we are now, can Max have tried the stone again?
Yeah.
Darius, where are you?
Okay. You continue running. There is no response back through the stone.
Great. They're all dead. Everybody's dead. I love it.
Or they just don't have that in their possession anymore, yeah.
Or that.
Okay, to the cemetery. You continue to see the lights lighting up, but right now with you, you have the 3 guards moving towards the cemetery plots. You see some starting to exit from the rest of the rooms, but I take it that you guys are just full sprinting there as quickly as possible, yes?
I'm gonna hang back because all the guards heard was there's been an attack, and I mean, without other direction, they're gonna head towards the throne room, right? So,
well, you can tell the guard to go actually communicate where you guys are going if you want to send one of the guards out to the rest.
Tell them, rally everyone, including any of the magic users. We need to head towards the Bellatrix City plots.
Okay, noted.
Hey, GM.
Yeah.
Once we have line of sight there, can I see them?
Okay. I will say that it takes you 3 rounds at full sprint, basically quad moving. Some of you able to do so better than others. And you get to the cemetery plots. And you see in front of you again, it's at the edge of the Garden of the Empress. You see the headstones. You see the 2 trees on each side. You do not see the 3 enemies anywhere.
Okay, well, I don't know then.
Anyone else got any ideas?
Should we go check on the Emperor?
As you all reach and start discussing what to do, you do see a trickle of guards starting to fill in behind you all. Some you can see from this point on the hill heading towards the palace, but others coming towards your group in this pursuit. In front of you see the tombstones of the various Belladrake family.
Is there a well in the cemetery?
No. Just the 2 trees, the headstones, and a little bit of grass in between each.
So nothing like over by Max's aunt's house that would kind of look like an opening similar to go down. I mean, I know that there was the well, but it was kind of, there was like an underground hatch door coming up, right? Where we saw the shadowy things going to. Is there anything similar to that in the Bellatrix Cemetery plots?
Give me a search check. And tell me what you're sort of specifically searching in the zone of, like, unless you're searching everything, but it'll take much longer that way.
Basically looking for anything that opens up into a pathway down.
You don't find anything obvious that would do that. There's no, like, grates or sewer entries or anything like that. You just, the 3 of you search around. You find the 6 headstones and the 2 mulberry trees, really gnarly mulberry trees with these sort of, the trunk is curved and warped and gnarly all over the place, just behind each set of 3 headstones.
Is any of the dirt on any of the actual plots like freshly disturbed?
No. Not here, no. There's still some, like, negative energy aura, I would say, at this point. Oh, no, it would be gone by now, actually. That was several days ago. No, you don't see anything. I mean, just these, what I described. The mulberry trees are, like, pretty big, old mulberry trees. About as big of a mulberry tree as you've seen. But nothing else.
In the description of the scry session that Fenry gave us from when he was scrying on Veladrake and she was by the window and the castle was outside of that window, did he describe that scene enough for us to take a look and see kind of like directionally where she might have been in relation to the citadel? Like building wise.
That's kind of what I was basing my thing on. Was
definitely viewing the castle up a hill. Some non-distinct roof lines in the way. So there was at least one or two buildings in the way, but certainly viewing from the east towards the west, for sure. Was there a particular location that you could discern from that? No, not an exact location, but certainly you know that it was within the walls of the citadel. Otherwise, you would have seen the citadel walls itself.
Are there lights on in any of the windows of any of these buildings?
All the buildings that you just clicked on essentially have lights on. Now, you also saw a bunch of guards coming out of each. You didn't see anything to the southeast corner. There were no guards coming out of those. Those are more like administrative buildings. Obviously Simon Willett's office is this one. The Courtier of Banks is this one. It's a rather large building. There's like the Guilds Association here. Yeah, there's just a bunch of administrative buildings.
Hold on. Did Simon Willett teleport out with the king?
Simon Willett did not. He's still with Chorus Thane inside the Force Cage.
And that Force Cage is going to be there for like hours and hours and hours.
He was like whining like, please let me out. Just find a way to get me out. But you guys left the room.
Because when she showed up, he was like, oh, she's here. So he has some... Dude, no. Hello, Anna. I'm going to go back to the throne room. I'm going to tell Simon to grab him and hold him.
You mean Chorus to hold him?
Chorus, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Can we also ask the guards and tell them that the king used an item and disappeared? Do you know where he went? We have to make sure he's safe. So I think the guards or someone of some authority would know where the king had disappeared to. We should go there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, some of the guards entered and one of the guards went to the inner keep. So is everybody returning back to the throne room? Have you given up on the cemetery plot?
We need to head to the center of the pentagram that's been drawn on the map, because I've watched Supernatural enough to know that's where the action's going to be. No, like Medolfer's going to head there, and he basically wants to, with Chorus's aid inside, investigate. Basically, he's going to say, you know where she would have been. Where is she? Okay. Where did she go?
As you return to the palace room, before that all happens, you do see the familiar faces of Varg, the Emperor, Master Nantes, and the Imperial family in the throne room again, returning back. The Emperor has his sword out. Prince Benetton has his sword out. Nantes ready for anything as he sees the two still encapsulated in the Force Cage. They are walking up to them, returning back to also the dead prince. As you guys walk in, Varg rushes up to you, Medolfir. You pursue your interrogation of Willett. The Emperor allows it, not understanding necessarily why, but trusting you. So go ahead and give me your intimidation check, I guess, if that's how you're going to do it, Medolfir. And others...
Can I have Chorus Thane make his intimidation check and have mine paid?
Sure.
I'm gonna ask him to like grab him and handle him rough.
That's not good. He just rolled a nat 1 for a total of. Let me see what his total is. You sure you don't want to take the lead on that one?
Obviously yes. No, if you'll allow that, yeah.
Yep.
Because I rolled 15.
That is, he's got a single-digit check here. I mean, I'll run it to see if Willet would be intimidated by that. Now, Willet he rolled a natural 16, so he's not intimidated by that. Nor yours, actually. He rolled enough. He says, Your Excellency, and he looks straight to the Emperor. I don't know what has happened, but I promise you that I am not in concert for anything treasonous to the crown.
You knew she was coming. You had supplies delivered to you in preparation of her arrival. You know something. Only what you have told us, told the Emperor, told everyone in the court. That's all I'm gonna turn to chorus. This man is a liar, and he continues to lie. Chorus is gonna take his sword and hit Simon Willett over the head with non-lethal. Okay. Yes, Chorus knocks out Simon Willett with his hilt of his sword and just goes, "Oh, I was getting tired of his whining, his constant whining. We can return to him. We have matters at this moment that we need to address. Firstly, I want to be out of this cage. Is anyone capable of removing this?" And at this point, you notice that 2 arcane guards have made it into this room. One of them is going to go ahead and cast Dispel Magic. Let's see if he's going to cast them necessarily. Dispel Magic 18. Doesn't work on Force Cage. Oh, that's a shame because he just rolled really well. Yeah, it resists Dispel Magic. The Arcane guard wouldn't have done that. He does waste his Dispel Magic and he goes, "I don't know why it's not working." So it's going to continue. Simon Willett is knocked out at this point. Chorus.
I think I've solved this entire thing, guys.
Okay.
So the T of the word Citadel, that's where it's at?
No, it's all a pentagram. The whole thing is a pentagram, man. I mean, it's a weird lopsided, but it's still a pentagram.
Yeah. Charlie Day over here with the string is determining things. Okay. Simon Willett essentially was able to bypass your intimidate, but he is now knocked out. The Emperor is going to ask one of the guards to go to one of the arcane guards to go send message to the naval fleet to return as soon as possible.
I'm gonna let the Emperor know all of we know about Simon Willett's nefarious undertakings, and say this is not a man you want on your council.
The Emperor goes, "Understood. He will stand trial. For now, he is within this cage, but when he is out, let us take him to the dungeons, and we will deal with that matter separately."
And then, we have reason to suspect that there might be problems that need to be tended to at the planetarium.
Understood. We are going to return to the inner keep. I don't know how we are supposed to stop such a force that can murder my guards at such will and turn them against me, nor can bypass the arcane wards that we have around the Citadel. Perhaps the Planetarium is the only option we have. And he looks to the Imperial Guards and the Imperial Wizards and says, "Is that where we need to seek our sanctuary?"
Max is putting it together.
What's up?
So the ring that we that she has, we knew some information about the ring before she got it, right?
Yeah, you guys did know based on what Grandma Finry, God, what was Finry's last name?
Just Grandma.
Grandma.
I don't remember. Grandma.
It's been so long, we've forgotten Finnery.
She didn't have the same last name, I don't think. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. It's very modern.
That is grandma. That's at least 50% possible, even if you're.
That's true. You're right.
Even if like you're in a world where like taking name is required.
I always viewed her as his fraternal grandmother, but that's fine.
But the problem with it, because the whole backstory with Grandma is that she would just run around and she had lots of different children by lots of different men. So there's no
that's true.
connection between her or any of her actual kids.
There's no marriage
We have a
involved here.
connection with Finnery. Yeah. It's not a good situation.
To give her a name demystifies her of her deeds. Kind of like
So true.
when they gave the Emperor a name. Like, I never wanted to know his name was Sheev Palpatine. It cheapened him as the Emperor at that point. So she will always be known as Grandma. I will never accept she has a name.
The best thing about Grandma is my idea for Grandma was like an old lady who was into wet works and was an assassin for like all the weird halflings around the world. So she was not a nice person. She just killed people for a living, but she loved Finnery. So it was like this weird place where she, like, every time she called me potato, and I'm like, is she gonna slice me up? Like,
Specific to what she was sent on, she did tell you guys she was sent specifically by the king of the Cairo, which is a region of Adbara, to retrieve that ring. And the ring was able to bypass all sorts. It's like a relic, an artifact, really, that is a super high level spell that has got permanency. So Max,
but she doesn't know about like where it teleports to or anything.
All she was told was it would return the wearer to whatever they believe to be their sanctuary, which is predetermined by the wearer of the ring, and not necessarily static. It could theoretically be changed, although not easy to do so. You'd have to actually emotionally feel the change.
Max, with that, Max says, if the battle at the Planetum was lost and Carbon and the Veladrakes won there, it's possible that that's where they went. If that's their new headquarters. Their sanctuary.
I mean, it was kind of his sanctuary anyway. He had a room in there. He had magics he cast on there. There were magics that had us travel to like pocket planes within the Planetum. So yeah, makes sense.
Okay, we're gonna start wrapping up. You guys have plans for it. It is night right now. Some of you took a little bit of hurt. The sicken has worn off, obviously. I'll start removing some of these buffs as you guys discuss this. The Emperor wants to know, like, where can he be safe in this city until his army and navy returns? Right now, after a long enough wait, you've gathered that there might only be something around 30 to 40 guards left within the Citadel. Like, it is bare bones for Imperial guards. City guards, there's maybe more outside the walls, but right now the Imperial guards, that's all they have.
So basically his danger room is not protected because she can get into it with the ring, or that only works on the place she chooses when she puts it on?
Well, theoretically, from what you saw, she was able to utilize the ring to get past whatever the Citadel's wards are. Max, as mentioned out of session, you've gathered that to mean that the wards don't necessarily affect actions within the walls of the Citadel, which makes sense because from a defensive standpoint, the wizards of the Citadel would like to be able to get around quickly, etc. But it defends against exterior. So how she actually made it in, you don't know, but the ring would have played the role of getting past the walls.
So potentially him going to the inner keep back to that room is only helping the Veladrake's cause of having him grouped in a place that they can get into and be protected from any other source other than people that are inside that little danger room that he has, which is not safe for him in that case.
for sure you saw Carbon Belladrake dimension door a bunch of times. So, I mean, there are additional defenses within the Inner Keep, but, you know, with that ability, he seemingly was jumping around wherever he wanted to in the palace throughout the Middle East.
Hiding in your room is going to do you no good. I don't know that there is a safe place for you to stay other than around a sizable force that can handle any threats that may come along.
He tells you, and Chorus, by the way, Render is not around right now. He tells you both it's going to be at least 8 days before the Navy can return with the ships to the city. Do we need to escape the city? I don't wish to leave my post. I will die here with the city, but at least my family, if there's means to get them to safety outside the city.
I mean, we have a couple of places we could go, none of which are particularly protected against magic users scrying out where we are.
Max says, we're dealing with a necromancer. We're on an island. Your family cannot get off the island. The only way to keep your family safe is to defeat the necromancer. Otherwise, every single dead body out in the city will be turned undead and will find your family eventually. So, if you want to protect your family, if they still exist, then defeating this lich is the only way to do it.
Then we must survive for 8 days within this city before we can get reinforcements. We will call upon every able-aged person, but we can't even make a significant tour of the city to obtain them. Every single person we lose at this point will make us weaker against their attacks. And you look around, and now there's the 35 or so guards gathered around you all. So then, where can we rest to prepare ourselves?
You need to go to the temples. You need to talk to the priest. If you're dealing with an undead, you need to go to the temple of Bahamut or whatever the other big temple is in town, and you need to consolidate all those folks. That's the only way you're going to be able to fight back. You need to get to the priests.
Master Nantes says, Your Excellency, we do not have a full temple like the Carillon does, but we do have our shrine of Bahamut within the city. We could go there. There are other clerics within the shrine that we can reach out to.
I think you need to engage the priests of all of the other gods as well, not just Bahamut. A necromancer is no friend at any time.
Nantes kind of goes, I can gather those persons. I must take my departure from you to carry out that mission. I ask because I may also be a target of this necromancer that I come with 2 guards with me. Is anybody else prepared to go with Master Nantes, or are you sticking with the Emperor?
Max? Political...
Max?
Like all of his loyalties, I guess. I mean, he's not being a traitor, but he doesn't really give a shit anymore about. Because it's like all the bad decisions that the leadership of this island has done has led to this. So he doesn't care about the Emperor. So if the others want to go with Master Nantes, Max goes along.
Oof.
Like, what's of value in the Citadel? There's no weapons, there's no scrolls, there's no...
Weapons there still are, but they're masterwork. There's nothing magical about them.
Yeah, they're useless.
Yeah.
I mean, so what's the worth of the Citadel?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if we're
even know
moving-
why we're in this country, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just like,
Max is starting to
I'm
agree.
here for the beefcake action, but I don't really care. Like, we could leave tomorrow and I'd be okay.
So
I will hold on 1 second. I will say, Mayman, you do get a sense that for whatever reason that you were sent here, it has to do maybe with Hildy. Something about how she's channeling energy through the planes.
I did ask the question, do we know anything about Hildy? Like, we know about Carbon and whatever, Dira, Veladrake, but that is the first time we've seen her, right?
Hildy, you have met before. You, Mayman, haven't, but the rest of the party has. She was Veladrake's assistant, her maid, her household handmaiden, lady's maid, I mean.
that bitch.
She also turned into a raven at one point at the cemetery when the body of her former fiance was being stolen. You feel as though she has kind of also been involved with the cult matters that she originally was gathering this cult around the city.
I truly don't understand how she withstood that much damage.
Yeah, you did, let's see, 69 plus another 18. You did almost 100 points of damage.
From my calculations, she's probably she's got to be level 13 cleric. Because she did a 7th level spell, I think.
I will say that you all, looking
can't
at...
have 100 health, is what I'm saying. Like, unless she's got a +5 con.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, from what you experienced, you felt them to be more of like a triumvirate than one leader. Now, there was clearly, Carbon Veladrake appeared to be the most powerful out of the three of them. But there was no weak spot in those three. I mean, they were extremely powerful beings. All three of them. Perhaps waiting these months for the right opportunity to do what they were planning to do.
All right, I got a theory. Carbon worships Merkel, Hildy worships Bane, and then what's that third guy?
GM recreated Baldur's Gate without knowing it. Nice. Love it.
We need to get Withers. Find Withers.
So you do also get the sense that Hildy's powers are not the same as Carbon and Daria. Daria seems like an acolyte to Carbon to some extent, the magics that she was casting. Hildy had a whole other divine style of casting.
Well, I mean, we've got 2 wizards and a cleric. Max knows this. Like, that's the only way that these spells could be. So, like, given that assumption, which, I don't know. I don't know all the source texts, but whatever. I mean, it's... Yeah, like, we can't beat them. Like, especially if they're together.
Exactly. You do get the sense that together they were the most powerful.
But here's the thing. Even if they're not together, right? Based on the fact that Carbon casts 2 whole persons, he's at least a level 17, I think.
Massive persons.
Max, I would say at this point, you know that he has traversed into... We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, my freaking headphones keep cutting the goddamn out.
No worries. Max, what I will say is, just mundanely at this point, having fought Carbon, you believe him to be a full lich.
Yeah, but how?
Based on the methodology that you saw, you believe him to be a lich of a Dread Necromancer, which would mean he is level 20 or greater.
Then how the heck did he cast... Okay, then I don't understand it.
Or greater.
No, but how did he cast a spell that's not a Dread Necromancer spell?
Well, a Dread Necromancer can multi-class just like anyone else. And keep in mind, there are
he's
ways.
He's like level 37.
Let's say there are ways. There's, I am not beholden to the SRD exactly. So I will say that there are ways, Max, that you know of, that individual spell knowledge can be gained outside of a particular class. There are feats that allow you to tap into other schools. It is not as hard set as
That's schools. That's not. All right, that's fine. If you say so. I'm a pretty big cheeser, and I've never seen one of those.
Yeah.
All right, good game, man.
All right, guys. Okay, with that, I guess you guys are going to stay in the Citadel for now. I just need to know whether you're staying in the Citadel or going with Nantes to gather troops.
Wait, were we staying in the Citadel, or were we moving the Emperor to the temples?
Yeah, Max was kind of saying, like, what's the point of the Citadel at this point? Like, what do we have any? And I'm saying this in front of the freaking Emperor. Like, he's hearing me say this, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is the advantage of staying here?
The only thing I will say is the Emperor is reluctant to leave the Citadel just from a standpoint of, like, he's the Emperor. If he leaves his throne room, his palace, his Citadel, he's essentially defeated in the defense of it. Now, he might not have another choice, but that is his argument against it. Go ahead, Meeman.
I was going to say my point is bring the clerics here. You should just, and it doesn't have to be Master Nantes, you should just send for all of the clerics, make this hallowed ground. They're clearly on that. That's the only, if you have those in close proximity, and we'll at least try to figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay. So Nantes agrees and says, we can definitely do that. We can at least start creating hallowed ground around the Citadel. Some areas of the Citadel, such as the Inner Keep, are already protected in that way, which we will begin this. Nonetheless, I still need to know where the party is going, though. With Cleric or in the Citadel. Those are your two choices at this point, just to help you guys neck it down.
So I'll be honest with you, Medolfer would not want to leave from around the presence of the Emperor, mainly because if they're going to pop back in, if the Belladrake and Hildy are going to, trio are going to pop back in, they're going to do so near the Emperor.
Here's the thing. They obviously care about the palace throne room for some reason. I don't know why, but they seem to care about it. Their goal is to resurrect whatever the guy's name was. Right? Seems to be super important for them. To the point where in the middle of a battle, one of them just like sat there and turned their back to us and was like casting a spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the remains, all of it, because we use magic prestidigitation to get all the dust plus any extra dust, whatever, into the urn. So we have A, the urn, and B, the throne. They obviously want us, for some reason, do these things together in the same spot. Isn't it our job to get those objects as far apart from each other as possible?
Lady Belladrake's focus was primarily on those ashes of Endrick Calais. If you guys want to debate this out the next session, we can do that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good closing point. My brain's kind of done and I need more coffee.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's just pick it up next time where you guys can formulate and think about a tactic here. That's kind of where the lines are drawn. So, all right, guys, have a good rest of your Sunday. See you next session.
Thanks for Sesh.
Yep. Later.
Later, guys.
Hey, GM, did I get like 150 experience points?
Here's the thing. You guys did pick up a bunch of experience points because regardless of who died or didn't, a bunch of beings did, and it had an encounter level just for success versus failure. So yes, there
Well,
are going to be XP distributed.
I expect to get the most XP out of all the entire session just for staying alive.
Awesome.
Landray, I don't know what you did to piss GM off. I have no idea.
I didn't realize he only had a will of 3. Good God.
Most
crazy.
characters don't. Most
So
characters don't have a high will, man.
That's true. Everybody else
see you
does.
guys next
Especially
session.
Fighters.
All right. Later, guys.
Good luck. Have a good weekend. Talk to you later.